The streets of Abeokuta hummed with life. Hawkers balanced trays of fruit on their heads. Danfo drivers yelled for passengers, and the smell of roasting corn drifted in the warm evening air. Amidst the bustling city, inside a well-furnished apartment in Oke-Ilawo, Tunde and Morenike sat at opposite ends of their living room, each lost in their own world. It wasn't always like this. 5 years ago, their love had been vibrant, filled with long conversations, laughter over amala and yewedu at their favorite joint, and shared dreams of a beautiful future. Their wedding had been one for the books. Guests danced until dawn, and their love seemed indestructible. But no one ever tells you what happens after the wedding day. Tunde was a bank manager, a man of structure and discipline. He had always been ambitious, and his drive had taken him far in his career. Late nights at the office had become the norm, but he justified it, telling himself he was doing it for their future. Morenike was a passionate schoolteacher, loved by her students and respected by colleagues. She believed in shaping young minds, but lately, she had begun to wonder if her own life was slipping away unnoticed. One evening, as she stirred a pot of egusi soup in the kitchen, she felt an emptiness she couldn't ignore. The house felt more like a hotel, a place where they both lived, but barely connected. She heard the front door open and close. Tunde was home. She turned, watching as he loosened his tie and sank into the sofa. No greeting, no smile, just exhaustion. Morenike sighed and brought his food to the dining table. "Tunde, your food is ready." He murmured, scrolling through his phone. She sat across from him. "How was work?" He shrugged. "Stressful, as usual." She waited for him to ask about her day. He didn't. The silence stretched between them, thick and uncomfortable. "Tunde," she said softly, "do you think we are still the same?" He finally looked up, frowning. "What do you mean?" She hesitated before speaking. "We used to talk about everything. Now we barely say more than a few words to each other. You come home, eat, sleep, and do it all over again. It's like we're just two people living under the same roof." Tunde sighed, rubbing his forehead. "Morenike, work has been demanding. You know I'm trying to secure that promotion." She gave a small, sad smile. "And I support you. I always have. But I also need you to see me." Tunde opened his mouth, then closed it. He wasn't sure what to say. She stood up. "I'm going to bed." Tunde watched her walk away, a strange feeling settling in his chest. He told himself she was overthinking things. Wasn't he doing his best? Days turned into weeks, and the distance between them grew. Morenike stopped making the first move. She stopped sending texts asking if he had eaten, stopped waiting at the door when he got home, stopped initiating conversations. Tunde noticed. One evening, he walked into the house and felt the silence hit him like a wall. No warm greeting, no welcome home. He dropped his briefcase and called out, "Morenike?" She was in the bedroom, reading. "Yes?" He frowned. "You didn't ask how my day was." She looked up, her face calm but unreadable. "You never tell me, so I assumed you didn't want to." Tunde swallowed. Something about her tone unsettled him. He sat on the edge of the bed. "Have I been that distant?" She closed her book and faced him fully. "Tunde, I know you're working hard, but when was the last time we actually spent time together? Not just sitting in the same house, but truly being together?" He exhaled. "I don't know." She nodded. "Exactly." A heavy silence followed. "I miss us," she finally whispered. Tunde felt a pang in his chest. He looked at his wife, the woman he had promised forever to, the one who had stood by him, encouraged him, and loved him. And he realized she had been fighting for their marriage alone. realization stung. The next morning, Tunde woke up with a decision. He wasn't going to let their marriage slip away. That evening, instead of working late, he left the office early. He stopped by a small suya spot near their house and picked up a pack, their old favorite. When he walked through the door, Morenike looked up, surprised. "You're home early." He held up the suya. "I thought we could eat together, like old times." A small smile tugged at her lips. "You remembered?" He nodded. "I've forgotten a lot of things lately, but I don't want to forget this." That night, they talked, really talked. They laughed about old memories, shared their struggles, and for the first time in a long time felt connected again. Marriage isn't just about the wedding day. It's about every day after that. The days when love feels effortless, and the days when you have to choose to make it work. Tunde and Morenike learned that love isn't just about saying, "I do," once. It's about saying it every single day. And this time, they were both ready to fight for it.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.